Hello, I'm Carmen Bruni,
And my name is Bernard Conrad.
and today we're going to show you the Math Exam Resources Wiki, or the Math Educational Resources Wiki. This was a project started by graduate students in 2012, and our goal was to improve the way that we deliver solutions and hints and help undergraduate students with mathematics problems. So let's start off by just getting there. Math Exam Resources. So if you type in Math Exam Resources, maybe with UBC as well. Here ours is the first one. Google knows who I am, so let's click here. And this will take us to the main page. This is currently a volunteer-based project. It started, again, we're just a group of graduate students who just really wanted to improve the way solutions were being delivered. And this is the solution we came up with. The wiki structure makes it very easy for people to edit it, which was our big draw in the beginning because we wanted to add content quickly. So here we have 1,126 fully solved questions for 44 complete exams and sorted by 111 categories. So when you go to this main page, you can see the resources by course. So here we have a listing of the courses from Math 100 all the way up to currently, I guess, Math 257, since Math 307 isn't populated yet. Here they have the titles of the courses, the number of solved questions, the number of complete exams, and the number of exams in progress. And below it we have resources by topics. So if you want, you can also search for topics based on just the title of it. So for example, if you're looking for questions on determinants, or if you're looking for questions on, say, integration by parts, you can click here and it'll take you to a page that this comes about. So when you click on the category page, it'll take you to a page which has possibly a couple of pencasts and also some videos. The videos are brought to us in part by Patrick JMT. With permission, we asked him if we could put them on our site, and he agreed. The idea is that it just makes it easier to collect all of the relevant information. And now when you have the videos here, we can, our students know that this is relevant information for their course. And then as you scroll down, we have here again so again, this is the page for integration by parts. So we've also organized the questions that we have by course subject here. And perhaps Bernard will speak. Well, actually, you will speak. Talk a little bit about what this number beside it means, 81% and stuff.
Exactly, Carmen. So this page displays all the questions on this particular topic throughout all the courses that we have on our resource. And the number that's shown here, that displays the user-rated easiness of the question. So a large number means that it's a simple question. A small number means that students rate it as a harder question. So when students come here and want to learn this topic or brush up on this topic, they can decide if they want to start with easy questions and go to harder questions later, or if they just want to start with difficult questions and see how that works.
Okay, so let's take, for example, should we take the April
Yes.
2013 one? This 81% problem here. So what's going to happen is we're going to get taken to the actual question page. So this is mainly what the wiki is populated with. So at the top you see, again, Math 100, or Math 101, sorry, April 2013, the easiness rating. You can also navigate to other questions in this exam. So again, this is part of an exam, so there are the other questions, previous and next question, if you just want to go one at a time linearly. You can also traverse to the other Math 101 exams. But in particular on this page is the question. So here it says evaluate the integral from 0 to 1 of arctan of x dx.
This question is taken from the original math exam that the math department puts up publicly, so everyone can access the question. And what we did is put the content of the question, put it into these boxes, and sort it by the question number.
And that's right. So all of this information is publicly available. You can definitely find it online. So after you read the question, we have a couple of hints underneath, or just sort of advice, general advice. Make sure you understand the problem fully, and then if you're stuck, you can check a hint. And then so how do we check the hint? So the hint is by default hidden at first because we want students to attempt the problem first. Then they'll click the show button and it'll show you the hint. So this is a special case of integration by parts. Well, okay, so we knew that because we came from the integration by parts page, but somebody going through the exam literally might not have known that. And just another note that tan inverse is also known as arctan.
So these hints will help the students to get started, and this is also where we add extra content. So again, the question is available publicly, but everything else is what we added, hint and solution, and all the navigation.
That's right, and that's one of the things that makes us a little bit different than just a paper resource, right? We actually can do these sorts of show and hide and show, reveal sorts of things.
Yeah.
Again, we offer more hints as well if you're stuck in a problem or if you want to check your work. We can check out the solution. So again, we can click on the solution, and here we see, okay, so we have a standard sort of solution here by integration by parts. Let u equal to the arctan function, derivative is equal to 1 over 1 plus x squared, dv equal dx, and anyway, so on and so forth, and then it goes to the solution of this problem. So that's the main sort of draw to this wiki resource. After you read the question, if there's a typo or if something's unclear, this is another advantage of our resource compared to a paper-based resource, is that you can click here. That will let me actually click here. I'll open a new tab. Click here to access a form, or you can visit the discussion page, or you can suggest an alternate solution.
So this way, students can bring their feedback and their questions, or just report typos on the questions and answers that they see. And this form will be sent to MER contributors, who can then adjust the solution, fix the typo, or add a second solution according to the students' problems. And
that's right. I mean, it just makes it much more interactive. And if something's wrong, we can fix it and we can make it better very quickly, and promptly and just nicely. I mean, exactly. This resource is for students, and students have a say in what actually appears on here. So that's another nice thing.
So as we see, this question is relatively straightforward once you know to apply integration by parts, and this is also reflected by the 11 votes that we have. That 81 is a relatively easy question.
I would say 81 is pretty high for the wiki. If I'm logged in, I can actually vote on this problem. I'm currently not logged in, so I don't think it'll let me do anything. Yeah. Another thing here, so we have click here for similar questions. So if you struggled with this type of concept, you can click here and go to other integration by parts questions, which is fantastic. It's the reason why it's hidden too is because, so this is actually a great example for this too. In integration problems somehow are typically the key step is figuring out what technique to use. So we didn't want to give that away beforehand, so that's why we've hidden the topic beforehand. Over here you have a little bit of advertising for the Math Learning Center, which is our tutorial center here at UBC. There's also a way to contact the wiki team to help find a private tutor. This will just go to the graduate student mailing list.
This will take you to another forum that we can then.
Yeah, that's right.
Find it to.
That's right. So that's the main things, I guess.
So let's go back to the main page.
Yeah, let's just quickly go to maybe a by course page, right? So let's say you're a Math 101 student, and you want to use this resource to help you with studying, or you're finding problems with something, one of your topics. So you click on Math 101. Again, here's a typical course web page or course page for our wiki. Here you can click on your course web page. Currently the link is null because there's no Math 101 offered right now. Over here is the available practice exams, so there's 9 of them in total. And then underneath is this nice new feature that we just added, I guess about 6 months ago now. It's the dynamic course syllabus. So we've actually added the course syllabus on here, and all the topics here are present. So if you're, let's say, studying for a midterm and you know it covers all the content up to week 4, you can come on the wiki and use this to find sample problems that are related to topics on your midterm. So average value, work, integration by parts, substitution, things like this.
Exactly. So on this page, you want to give the student as much additional information about their course as possible. So we add this syllabus that is taken from the official course syllabus. We link back to the official course page, and if this was a course that was currently in progress, we would also display additional information like the time of the midterms and final exam.
Yeah. So right, and then I guess let's just quickly click on one of these to get through. Okay. So here's the link to the actual exam online. So again, if you click on here, you'll go to the UBC website, which you can see in the bottom left. That'll take you to the exam page. And then on here now we also have, again, the average easiness displayed, but we also can display the average easiness of the exam, which has a lot of benefits. We'll see if they. This is actually a relatively new feature, so we haven't even fully exploited how good we can, or what we can do with this.
Exactly. This was only added last term, so this is only the data for 1 term, and we already see that there's 300 votes, there's 3,000 votes in total for the first term that we use this feature. And again, we see the student who comes here can see which questions on this exam were easy or were hard, and adjust their strategy working through the exam accordingly.
That's great. So you can see our question from before, question 6A is here as well. That was the 81%, which seems to be a relatively easy question compared to the rest. Some of the harder question clearly at the end of the exam, question 12A, B, and C. Yeah, so thank you for listening to our video on the Math Exam Resources Wiki. This is going to be a part 1 of a series that we're going to do to talk about contributors. If you want to contribute, we'll show you sort of the start to finish process of how you can get to contributing. So thank you very much.